Everything's pretty good. Ballots should be hitting today during this week. We've got our ballot boxes set up. Should have that open by tonight, and we're good. Our fingers crossed.
Okay, Amy.
See, detention. I don't think I've thought about detention so much since I was in college. But it's going well. The whole group that we're working with is great, and every day we're getting closer.
Thank you. Thanks, Kevin. See ya.
Thanks.
Jim, you've been sick.
Yeah, I have. I've been sick. The only other thing I have is I am seeking re-election in the upcoming election.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Not so good for you.
Yeah, for both of us. Tim.
Yeah, we've been busy the last couple weeks with a little thing called Bent's Fort that we've been trying to negotiate our way through, and some of you have probably seen the letters that we've sent out. I will let those speak for themselves regarding actions that have been taken. Construction, as Amy said, I'm not so concerned about the detention, but yes, we've been working on the construction side of it, the meetings with the company, and things are moving along. If you drive by, you see a lot of progress on both of those lots. The cement and the foundations are all being worked on, so yeah. And then CCI, again, I'll say that probably every time until the end of May, that we've been working with CCI and working on bills that are coming up and just letting them know how we feel about it.
Okay. Yeah, I know this week now we have legislative meetings Thursday and Friday, 8 hours a day. So Thursday and Friday we'll be sitting looking at the TV screen for 2 days again. And I drove by this morning and they've started putting up all of the stuff to pour the footers and the foundations for the jail side of it, so the detention side. So they've gotten all the holes drilled and filled them with concrete, and so it's coming along. By the end of the week, they should have a lot of that up and be ready to start pouring some concrete. So it's awesome. It's just
That is awesome.
they're moving right along. And I was fortunate enough. I thought it was a great meeting. It's one of the better meetings I've been to in a long time. Amy and I went to the CSU extension office meeting with and I don't know who the two people were that were up front.
That was Chancellor Frank.
Chess.
Yeah.
And they were the greatest meetings. We had a lot of discussion about veterinarians down here in southeastern Colorado, and what they're trying to do to get some vets down here in southeastern Colorado, because I'm not a rancher guy, so I don't understand a lot about it, but it was great meetings. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and we heard a lot more about 4-H and how involved CSU is with the 4-H down here in southeastern Colorado. So it was really neat to hear what all goes on and how much they do for southeastern Colorado and the farmers and ranchers. So that was what I had. So we have an announcement. Amy?
Yes, would you like to cover Danelle's department really quick?
Sure.
Oh,
Speak.
well, other than Otero Partners, Inc., which is the business loan fund of what I get to do for Santa County, this week I met with some of the Rocky Ford City Council and business leaders in Rocky Ford, and we talked about how business can improve and what we could do to make that happen. And interestingly enough, when you live in the economic development world, grants and all these things are just top of mind, but we forget to pass that information along. And so everything that they wanted to do, there was either a grant or some loan program or something that they might be able to use. So it was a great meeting with their business community, and learned a lot about the infrastructure issues that Rocky Ford is having, and hopefully we've got some federal grants that we have at least knowledge about that they might be able to use. So that was great. The other part to me is that economic development isn't a one county deal. There are 6 economic developers in the Southeast, and we meet every Tuesday to talk about how we can collaborate and who knows what about what subject, so we all don't have to be experts on everything. There are experts across the 6 counties to work together to get things accomplished. We have a grant navigator in the Southeast that her sole job is to look out for grants for things that need to be done in our cities and our counties, and she puts out a notice to those people that are involved and need that type of a grant. So if you know of other people who are not getting those messages, I'd be happy to send that along, and they can then start to hear about the grants that become available. Everything from wastewater to business loans. I mean, it's that wide of a path that she can do. We also have a navigator that's working on outdoor recreation. Specifically, it's a GOCO funded a coordinator, and his job is just that, is to work alongside GOCO and help get people out into our lots and lots of places to do things out in our counties, and whether that's the birds down in Prowers and Baca County, or Bent's Fort up here, or wherever that is, that person is responsible for that. And then had a great visit with DOLA last week, and found out again some of the grants that haven't been around for a while are coming back, and so we're looking at how we can best use those dollars in Southeast Colorado.
Very good.
I appreciate that. Say that from a economic development and just from a smaller Southeast Colorado standpoint, combining with other counties is the way to do it, because then we become such a larger voice and a larger footprint when we're able to use a regional approach like we did with the housing.
Yep.
So certainly I believe that from economics, grants, housing, you name it, doing it as a regional approach is a much more
Transportation
beneficial.
too, where that transportation hub is now across 6 counties.
Yes.
So
Thank you for throwing that one in. That's another one. But yes, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now announcements.
No. So I'm only going to speak on the Otero County offices. I was trying to ping somebody that knows the answer about courts. So let's just talk about county offices. And the landfill will be closed Monday, February 19th for President's Day. So if you have business, do it on Tuesday or Friday, 4. That's it.
Okay, with no other business, we are adjourned.